Offer on the table, just make sure you bring the pay. Too much sauce, how I rock. Watch me drip out the lot. Me and cuz at the spot, rolling pot, loading shots. Got a lot from the block, put in work, then I shop. If you try me for this knot, boy, you gon' meet the Glock. Full Nick, riding round, probably one in the top. In my hood, what it is, boy, pull over, stop. If you fuck around, up shots and probably won't stop. This the life I live, pay the price you probably would not. I'm a hot boy, pop a bitch at Modelo time. We just about to drink, you don't need to bring out the wine. Hola mama, see the look at you, yeah, you so fine. I'm a rowdy rough boy, look at Blossom from behind. She couldn't close her mouth.
What is up, everyone? It is your gamer Val Cash. Here joined by Mar7.
What's up, guys? This is Marlon Morgan, aka Mar7, the self-proclaimed Beast King of Chicago. You guys already know the rest, all the junk, because we need to jump into this news because there's some interesting things that are going on within the gaming world, other than the election being annoying as hell.
And if you guys notice, check out this hat. Alright, eat, sleep, game, and repeat. Make sure y'all do that in case y'all are able to. Yes, this hat came all the way from Germany. Let me tell you, it was a heavy shipping fee, but it was worth it. And I got other stuff, so I made sure when I paid for the shipping, I made sure that it was worth my while. You know what I'm saying?
How much was the hat, just base by itself?
The hat was like, I think it was maybe $25.
Oh, okay.
And then I got the mask. I got a mask and then the neck mask thing.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. What else? Oh yeah. Okay. So check this out. Alright, we're gonna cover up these. Oh, shout out to Don Baron, I think that's how you say it. If I would butcher your name, I am sorry, but you know who you are. You're always the first one to comment on these podcasts. Much appreciated. You know, honestly,
much love, especially for me too. Like we're grateful. We're grateful that we got somebody commenting.
Yes. And we're still grateful for those who doesn't comment, as long as you watch it. Don't be shy to comment. You're like, clearly you probably chose an anonymous name, like as everybody does. No one doesn't put their full name unless they do it if they want to. I don't know. Anywho, let's get to the thing. So, okay, Nintendo World. Have you heard about Nintendo World?
Yes, I have. It's essentially Disney World, but everything Nintendo.
Yes. And I want to go there so badly, but they're gonna build it in Japan first, and then they're probably gonna build it, and I believe it was Florida.
I'm hoping they kind of don't do Florida. There's other places they should do as well. I kind of feel like setting it like at the very edge of the United States is kind of
No.
Like, if you really want to do something like that, like, why not put it in the Midwest somewhere? Put it by Illinois. Get more reason for people to come out of Illinois. Put it by more toward the East Coast, but like more toward like Virginia or something like that. Like, I'd rather have it elsewhere other than like just constant like amusement attractions. Because think about it. Then for Florida, you have Disney World, Universal Studios.
That's where I think they're gonna put it at, though. I think Universal Studios might detach whatever they have and let's add it on. But I agree with you. I truly do believe that they could put it somewhere else, and I know a perfect spot in Illinois. There's a town in Illinois that's actually abandoned. So they could just take out all those buildings and then just flat ground the area and make it all Nintendo. You could make a Nintendo town, and you could make
an abandoned town. Wait. Let's rewind this for a second. There's an abandoned town. Like, no one's living there, right?
Yes, no one's living there, far as I know.
So why don't we buy it and then have our own town? And then
that would be amazing, but we would need a team. We would need to have people.
Real talk, think about it, though. Like, how dope would it be if instead of having like a gaming house, you have a gaming town of people full of content creators and competitors?
Okay, that was like my island idea. When we talked about Mr. Beast buying an island, and I don't know if he said that live or not, or not me on the podcast.
Yeah, he did. Like, it was kind of everywhere. Like, everyone was talking about it after a while.
Oh no, I meant for far as the idea I had thrown out for the gaming island. But it would be mad expensive. But this town wouldn't be
I mean,
that
but if
bad.
you got an abandoned town, you already got land right there. I mean,
Yes.
all
I
we gotta
wonder
do is
if it's for sale. Cause I found it.
Probably.
I found it. Guess where I found it on?
Yeah.
TikTok.
Found it on
Yes.
TikTok.
I found it on TikTok. Someone took photos of it, and then it is amazing. Like we need to travel there. Sometime we gotta find a plan to actually visit this town, cause
As long as we don't die, I'm perfectly fine with that.
I mean, far as I know, there's no zombies. So I mean, if there was, we're just gonna have to book it.
Because when you really think about it, when it comes to horror movies, a lot of the slasher films are generally around Illinois. Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street. Elm Street is out in Skokie, for those who don't know. Camp on Crystal Lake. You know, Crystal fucking Lake. Friday the 13th.
Okay.
Michael Myers, that's another suburban murder. Like Scream, that's another suburban murder.
I would be amazed if we actually end up going across a serial killer in that town. I forgot the town name, but I will definitely do some research.
I feel like within my lifetime, I have at least passed by at least 3 serial killers. Like once every 2 years, I come across a serial killer. I'm pretty sure on that.
A gaming town. We would have to rename the town. Whatever the town is named, we have to rename it, and we're gonna call it Gaming Town. Like so simple, so smooth. And in the streets, we could have PlayStation Street, Xbox Street, Nintendo Street. I don't think they would sue us. I think they would thank us.
You know, if we buy a town, we might need a sponsor. So if we could get Google so that we can have that Google Fiber running through the town.
But then they're gonna hit us with that Google Stadia.
I mean, no, because even they're setting their own Stadia on fire. I don't think anyone cares about the Stadia, including the people who created Stadia. People who have Stadias they're trying to like have people buy, or they'll sell their own Stadia. Like they'll give money to people to take away their Stadia. That's how desperate they are at this point. No one's playing it.
All right, and then what else I got? No, I don't know if I discussed this now, but okay. So GameStop, a live idea. Okay, I was like, what did I mean by that? And I remembered that I was listening to a podcast, right? And they said that this GameStop had 2 floors. I believe it was in Australia, and the second floor had nothing but Nintendo stuff. And I'm talking about like statues of Mario. Maybe it's like 5 feet. And then a bunch of other stuff. And I'm like, if gaming companies actually really want to, they could actually just, help GameStop out a little bit and like somewhat own that store. You know what I mean? Like a little chill lounge, specifically have more of their items on it.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
That'd be hella sick.
And since we're on that PlayStation talk, I want to talk about the PlayStation plates. Covers. So for those who don't know what I mean by plates and covers, I'm talking about the white shield that's between the black. So like ice cream sandwich.
It's like a sandwich, but it's literally just a sandwich.
It's like
you have the black in the middle, that's the filling.
Yeah.
That's all the PlayStation goodness, and then you have the plates on the side. That's like the bread of the sandwich.
It's like a reverse Oreo. Instead of the frosting being in the middle, there's 2 frostings and the Oreos.
No, because at least the frosting is useful. If you really think about it, what's really useful about the plates?
But you rather have more of the frosting because it's so delicious.
Well,
Anywho.
I need to have it in my mouth. That's why I get DubbleStuf.
Oh, smart. So Sony was suing a company that was making designs for the plates already, and I guess the reason is why is because they got licenses, of course. To the plates, but people think that PlayStation is gonna be boring. I'm hoping PlayStation could be fun, because PlayStation used to be fun when it came down to PR. Seems like yes.
It is not going to be. For the most part, it's usually boring. The only time when it was actually really fun was during the PS2 era. That's about it. After that, it pretty much died out.
I say the PS3 era.
No, not even. The PS3 era was so lackluster.
Do you not remember?
The first 4 years of the PlayStation 3's PR was so damn shitty. Almost nobody even wanted to get a PlayStation after a good while, besides for a couple of games.
You said
And you know, to
PS4,
go to the 360. No,
right?
even no, the PS3. That's what we're talking about. PS3.
Come on, man. Hey, have you not seen that TV show? What was that TV show called? I
This
forgot what
game's
the. There was a TV show where they brought in the PlayStation players, right? And then they just do like it's like a reality show almost. I totally forgot the name of it.
This is why they have PlayStations, because no one went out to buy them at the time.
Oh my god, dude, it was lit. I don't know.
Yeah,
Japan made it lit. Japan made it lit somehow.
well, it fits Japan. That's pretty much all they really had. Let's be honest.
I can't believe you. Anyways,
But at the same time, they sold like quadruple the amount of Wii's, so I'm surprised they didn't use Wii's instead.
so you know how Xbox they got their own modded controllers and stuff like that. So people are thinking, and I'm also thinking that PlayStation's, excuse me, is gonna have their own design and site to sell these products, which would be amazing if they even do that.
Well, if they do, they're gonna make you like buy it for like an arm and a leg. So even with that, you're not really looking for anything too special. And then when it comes to selling for like accessories for both consoles, I hope everyone's really looking out for like what's gonna be the top dollar for their stuff. Like just because it's cheap and it looks neat doesn't mean that it's cool. I'll tell you guys that right now because I feel a lot of people, like for example, the storage, the external hard drives that you're able to plug in for both systems, which by the way I'll get in a little on that later on.
I was not for
But
sure.
when it comes down to it, because Xbox teamed up with Seagate, so then they'd be able to sell their own products, or the Seagate products, for the Xbox Series S external drives, but they're gonna cost like $200 or something like that. You know, people are expecting it to be around $200. I do believe there's probably a price point for it already. And then for the PlayStation, the way how they're rolling with it, they don't necessarily have like the ideal go-to. They're telling you to be able to use whichever one you choose. But you have to be careful with that because of what games you're running. Especially if it's a next-gen game, you have to be able to get something that can run next-gen games because if you don't, it's gonna basically be choppy. It's gonna overheat your system and your stuff's gonna go to shit. So that's kind of important these days.
Exactly, people. So make sure you do extra research, so you don't have to go back to the store and return it, and they're gonna look at you and they're gonna be like, "Oh, you see, this is why I told you. Is it the blue one or is it the green one?" But yeah, okay. So that's the majority of the topics I do have. I do want to bring something up first, but I don't know. When do you want to bring up the hard drive thing?
Oh no, you go ahead and bring up the subject you got.
Okay, so I was at work and I was putting away some stuff, and it was Xbox headsets, right? Now, they were the mono headsets, the one that doesn't have the extra piece in the other side. So, my question is like, why people are still buying those? How come they're not getting two headset ones?
Well, in some cases I can understand because there's some people who are incapable of actually using stereo headphones anyway, or like some people who only have one ear, or like you can only hear out of one ear. Like those people I understand. Or maybe you're used to it because of work and you only play with one ear, and that's all you really need because you're not trying to go hardcore MLG. That's understandable too. Like it really depends on you. Like if you're just using your earpiece or your headset just to chat, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
I guess, yeah, I should have seen it like that. I always forget. I know a lot of people are pushing the able gamers movement, which is pretty cool. So I should have thought. I knew. Okay, I didn't really think about a missing air one. So that is right. That's fair. That's fair.
There's a pretty big market for people who are just using mono headsets. That's why they still sell them. Or else they wouldn't sell them at all. They just stick with stereo headsets.
Yeah, I know. I was pretty amazed when I saw. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I do own one, and it was just because it was like I knew I wanted to do it for commentary. Obviously, that was one of the. That's just probably the main only reason. But then I'm like, I guess you still could use both. But then I do like to hear what's going on around me too, so I could see that. But yeah, that's
another great example.
Yeah. So Oh my goodness. So I played this game called In Silence. Have you played? Oh no, you haven't. I know you haven't.
No,
Because I've been looking on what you were doing. So this game is scary as hell, dude. Like this is the
you been
most
watching it?
scariest game. Yeah, dude, I'm on Discord a lot. Like I be lurking on to see what people are playing and stuff. You know, I have
Do you
everyone
always
on
feel like somebody's watching you?
my. Hell no. But yeah, because I saw you played Modern Warfare that one time. Obviously, as you already knew, I was trying to see what's up with that, and
Yeah,
then
I'm playing undubbed
Yu-Gi-Oh,
with the friends and that. I always play Yu-Gi-Oh.
and then
I'm
that
damn near always
bootleg Pokemon game.
Temtem. Yeah, of course, it's Temtem.
Oh yeah, so
I'm telling you, the game is a lot of fun.
and then earlier today I played a little bit of that zombie battle royale Call of Duty thing. Not a huge fan. I re-downloaded Warzone on the PS4, and
Okay.
cause I was bored. Okay, so then on my PC side I played PC Simulator, and I'm about to have that
Oh,
video up. People are gonna laugh at me, man. I was looking for this piece, and I'm like, I think this game forgot to add a piece in there. And then the whole time in the bottom right screen it said to to install it, right? And I look like a fool. And I watched somebody build PCs 20 times and one water cooling PC, so I knew the steps, but yet I still messed up. It's a pretty cool
wow.
game. I like it. I'm gonna keep playing it. And
I mean, it's just a simulator of you building PCs.
well, okay. So there is a story mode. You have to. People sent you PCs to fix or whatever. So like the very first one was like a virus. You just gotta put You gotta put like a hard drive in there, and then make sure
Right.
there's no viruses on it. So then, bam, there you go. You put it in the shipping. And as soon as it gets shipped, you get paid. Now I lost money. I don't know how I lost money. I'm confused. I was like negative like $15. I'm like, oh no, you have to pay
Oh, it's not too bad.
utility bills and rent, and those are two separate days.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, of course. You didn't know?
What? No, when I did move out one time, it was in the same day. I think it was the
Like,
same day. I could have
you have rent and utilities all in one?
I
That
could
makes
have
sense. Some
sworn
people
it
do that.
was. Unless I'm tripping. No, no, it was together. It was together.
I mean, because you have to think utilities. That's electric, gas, water, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was added on. Because it's that
Okay.
fix, and then yeah. I knew I wasn't tripping. That game was tripping. I don't complain. Maybe it's different. I don't know, but
No, like for example, where I'm at, like
it's the
I pay
same way,
mostly
right?
everything on the together, but no, because I pay electric separately,
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that
which
would.
kind of leads you to the fact that I'm playing a shit ton of video games, so
Yeah.
I don't really want
I
to
actually
open
thought
it up.
mine was gonna be high as hell due to that. But yeah. So that's a pretty
Usually
fun.
it's not too high. Like if you have more than $100, then yeah, you're doing too much. But usually regular cash should be about I say about 60, between 40 to 60 for some people. Unless you're like me and it's $135, I'm just joking.
Yo, heck nah. You funny as hell. Like, yo, you over here never turning off
Like,
the
no, I'm not
lights.
even at home, but I'm gaming right now.
But yeah, I mean, oh yeah, so I joined a Zoom call, right? These people
Mhm.
are cool, all right. Shout out to the UK people. I know this one guy. His name is Mick Fixer.
All right, next picture.
He's somewhat well known in the UK. Uh, in the gaming community, I would say so myself. I mean, he got an Xbox Series X, so that was pretty cool. I joined them with the kind of funny. I don't know if anybody listened to gaming podcasts, but that's one of the podcasts I listened to, and I heard about the Zoom call. So I joined, first time ever, met cool people. There was a wedding on that day too. It was quite interesting.
Was it like a virtual wedding
It
or
was a virtual wedding, yeah, and they got married in front of a high school. I don't know if that was even
like where they
legal.
first met? No, no, yeah, like people do that sometimes. Like it's the spot where we first met.
Yeah, it was basically that.
Brings back the nostalgic memories. Yeah, that makes sense.
Very cringy. I'm glad it was virtual because I was laughing and I was able to mute my mic because some of the things they were saying. Anywho, good for them. Shout out to them. Well, it was the exchanging words part. You know, like
Oh, like exchanging vowels.
yeah, exchanging. Well,
Oh, what
yeah.
were they saying? Like, is there a way we can find out what they were saying? Like that'd be hilarious.
I would love to share that, but I don't want to do that, you know. And I don't think there, even if there was a way for me to hand it, I don't think there is because it was on Twitch. No, I didn't clip anything, obviously. I let them have their privacy. I know they got to record it somewhere. I'm pretty sure if I ever come across it.
If you're doing it over Twitch, that's not really being private.
Yeah, but like they say, you know, what happens in the Zoom call stays in a Zoom call, and I could respect that. So you know.
Who the hell does that?
Yo, so there was like probably like 3 Americans, one Australia person, and then me and this other guy. This guy, he was like, he said, "Oh, there's another word I like what British people said," and I think he's a common person there. So I'm surprised he was new. He just recently said it, but it's when people they say telly. And then me and him was going back at it, saying it, and then he muted both of us. It was quite hilarious. This dude is great.
So telly as in telephone?
Telly, yeah, cause that's all they say, and I'm like, yeah, I do use that sometimes. Cause I told them too, I'm like, you know, I did my little British accent. It's like, ah, man, you have a terrible British accent. I'm like, I got a good Scottish one to be honest, but I can't pull it out of the blue, you know. It's only some words or if I'm drinking, you know, to the certain point where I will speak Scottish for some weird reason. But yeah, that was my weekend.
I have no multiple voices whatsoever. I'm about that.
Yeah, I was about to say. Okay, so you did hear that too. I was like, oh, what the heck happened? Oh, if you guys noticed, I have a.
Oh, go ahead.
I have a new background. You know, I know last time we played Among Us, but Mario's still walking out. You walking outside, right?
Yep, I'm walking in these streets.
He's walking in these streets. He's not afraid. You know, he's not afraid of what's happening. You know, there might be a Trump supporter down the street yelling, "Go vote for Trump."
What are you talking about? I'm not yelling.
No. Oh heck nah. But yeah, so check this out, guys. I'm gonna move this screen a little. I got Republica Gamer wallpaper. I think this is like 2020 design, but I wish I could remake this look. As you see, they got the ROG laptop and the ROG phone. I'm pretty sure that's ROG phone. There's no way they're not gonna sponsor another phone. That's not their brand.
Their phones are epic as hell, though. You gotta give them that.
Yeah, I might get one on Black Friday, low key.
Yeah, that black one I'm really looking into getting. I was thinking about probably having that for myself as a Christmas gift to myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks so dope.
Oh, and guess what, guys? It is November. We're getting closer to console. Not even just let's just once the election is over, it's all about the consoles. It's literally right after.
Consoles are literally next week. You got Tuesday and then you got Thursday. They're coming out.
Next week. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be wild. And yeah. I can't wait to see how the output is. I saw a photo that was trending on social media. Some warehouse. They just had stacks of the PS5s.
Oh, probably might have been a warehouse that I'm very familiar with.
I was trying to see if there was any clues, but it didn't look like any clues. I feel like all the warehouses is about looking like the same.
Yeah. But definitely, without a doubt, man, I'm super excited too. Obviously, like we've already stated, we're not really getting everything at like immediately day one, but you know, we're pretty excited to get it within the first month of it being released. So that's super exciting. But speaking of both consoles, I do have a bit of an issue with that. In fact, before I get into that, I want to talk about something smaller, which I thought was pretty interesting. Because it has to do with video games, and it also has to do with the election. Now, for those who are familiar, NetherRealm Studios, they revealed that the next DLC pack is going to have 3 characters. we have Melina, we have Rain, and we have John freaking Rambo. Which, by the way, kind of went back to go watch all the Rambo movies, and yeah, it's very Rambo too. Like the Rambo that they use is essentially just Rambo too, which is dope. It's probably like the best Rambo to be honest, but it's pretty awesome to watch all the older movies. Rambo 4 kind of has like a nice little feel to it just because, you know, it's after 1, 2, and 3 and how crazy those were. And basically, I'm kind of going on a tangent, but speaking of Mortal Kombat, usually after when they reveal, okay, these are the 3 characters, each week they release a trailer for, okay, this is how these characters play. They gave us how Rain plays. Rain is probably going to be my new main for Mortal Kombat, which I'm excited for. They shown off Rambo, which, oh my god, talk about, like, he seems like he's going to be like a zoner, a really good trap zoner, to be honest. And listen, he's really good up close with grappling, so I'm pretty hyped about that. So this week was supposed to be Melina. Now, the reason they didn't show Melina was due to the fact that they usually show it every Tuesday. They decided, you know what, instead of showing Melina, since it's Election Day in America, we're going to postpone it. So then, you know, we'll be able to show it at a different date. And then, of course, I believe, because I haven't checked before we started the show, whether or not if they actually started showing it, or if they did show it yet, hopefully. If not, then oh well. But it kind of brought up an interesting conversation. Because, mind you, the presidential election is mainly in America. You know, that's our corner of the world. But Mortal Kombat is a game that has been released all around the world. So we have other countries, like, you know, of course, out there in Europe, China, India, like you have all these other countries that would kind of like to see what, you know, what Melina has to offer, but they ended up postponing it because of our stuff. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, since they're based in America, that's probably why they ended up, you know, postponing it because, you know, they're going out and making sure everyone votes, yada, yada, yada. But it, to me, I'm in the side of, you know what? It's a 2-minute trailer. Just show the trailer. Like, you know, it takes a few minutes when you're going through line when you're voting in that. So why not just give me the trailer while I'm waiting in line?
Was that really the reason why?
They, on their Twitter account, they actually posted up, pause the game, go out and vote. So then people made that correlation because, like I said, usually, you know, the trailer would be out, but instead they ended up putting that post. So,
they goofy.
Yeah, they are goofy.
But
it's like, a game like that, you know, that isn't really much of a reason to postpone it, but whatever. But the real thing that everyone's really been talking about is like, are politics really that important that you're stopping a game that is released all around the world? Like, you stop a reveal trailer for a character that was so anticipated for such a long time? Like, this is actually a very long anticipated trailer. Because people want Melina. They've been waiting for Melina, and we finally got her. Now people are curious to see how she plays, but they're not giving us that.
They're so stupid. I wonder if they thought they were going to get applaud for that. Like, oh, yeah, congratulations.
Oh, woke points. Woke points, guys. Woke. You guys are so woke.
Oh,
it was a disappointment.
No.
But speaking of disappointments, going into the Xbox Series and the PlayStation 4 storages on all their consoles. Now, if I recall correctly, I sent you the GameSpot article. I actually put it up for the GameSpot article.
I read it, and I saw the video on it.
Essentially, what the big problem is the fact that for each console, you're only really able to use about, let's say about just a little over 70% of the actual storage, because the systems themselves have to go through system updates, so then they can be up to date with all the UIs and everything, so you'll be able to use it perfectly fine. So you're not technically using like 1 terabyte, you're only using like 825 gigs. Or, for example, going for the Xbox Series S, which is the smaller version, the affordable one. This is the reason why I wanted to bring this up, is mainly because of that. Instead of it being The one, what is it? No, it's not even. It's not even terabyte. It's 500 gigs. Instead of it being 500 gigs, it's going to be about 320 gigs. They said, which is absolutely ridiculous because that's essentially 2 Call of Duty games.
Oh, like, damn, son.
You can only download up to 2 Call of Duty games onto your console? Like, what? That is a huge issue because if you don't have that much room to put in all your games, they're essentially forcing you to spend, going back to the external drives that I brought up earlier, $200+ for you to add more games onto your console. Like, that's kind of crazy.
You should have installed it with like a 1 terabyte. At least.
Honestly, yeah, but like the fact that they went, I understand why they did 500 gigs. They wanted the console to be as affordable as possible. The thing that sucks about it is the fact that it's pretty much comparable to a slightly better version of the Xbox One. Because remember, the original Xbox One came out, it was only 500 gigs to begin with.
Yes.
So we know right now, currently, 500 gigs isn't going to fly with the amount of games we have.
Okay,
and especially if you have Xbox Game Pass. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, my fault. Okay, no, wait, okay, hold on. Okay, so remember, like you said, it used to be 500 gigabytes, right? But didn't it come with the game, and then if it's the console itself, you get that extra 500, which equals that 1 terabyte?
Well,
you know what I mean? Because the bundles. Because
I know what you mean. I know what you're talking about. But
right.
when the consoles first came out, it was really just 500 gigs. The external drives weren't really available like how they are now. Like, I don't think Seagate really had one at the time, or anyone else. You probably have to go like completely out of your way to go find an external drive that will be able to download your games to be able to play. Remember, during that time, we went from the previous generation, Gen 6, of the PS3 and the 360 era, where games were at most, like the biggest game will probably be like 20 to 30 gigs. And that was huge for us. Yeah. So they're going into the next generation, and the 7th generation with the Xbox One and the PS4, we essentially, bumped everything up, where you have a game like Red Dead Redemption 2 that is literally 100 gigs. Like, holy shit, like, that's a lot.
It really
like,
is.
When you look at all the popular games, and when you look at that, when you look at GTA, look at Call of Duty, like, all the really popular games are usually about 40 to 50 plus gigs. And, like, the real big AAA titles, like I said, Red Dead and Call of Duty, like, those are, like, 90 to 100 each.
They're mad big.
I think, what was it, Advanced Warfare, I think it ended, like, somewhere around 72 gigs after all the DLC and the updates and that. But look at the latest Call of Duty before Cold War is coming out. You look at Modern Warfare. The game altogether, I think, is like close to 200 gigs or something like that.
Yeah.
I only have Warzone and multiplayer downloaded. I think that alone is about 120 to 130 gigs.
Now they did say
I don't have the campaign, and I don't have the whatever else they have on there. I don't play those. That's not for me. I'm glad that games do that now. Like, Halo Master Chief Collection. You're able to download Halos 1, 2, 3, 4, Reach, and ODST. But you can also you have a choice between all the multiplayer, if you want all the multiplayer for those games as well, or if you want just all campaign, you can download those as well. If you want the firefight, you can download that. Like, they have it separately, so then you don't take so much space. Whereas other games that are coming out, or that are current right now, like, for example, Destiny 2, they're actually cutting off stuff that nobody plays anymore, so then it could be a smaller store. So instead of the 115 gigs that it is right now, when the new update releases next week, we have to uninstall the game and reinstall it. It'll be about 72, 73 gigs. So people who are doing that, like, I'm grateful for that. Like, that's pretty dope. Yeah. When you optimize the storage of the game, that's insane. Like, that's amazing for us, because then we don't have to go out and spend the extra $200 for another external drive in order for us to play all the games. And like I said, bringing up the Xbox Game Pass, yeah, you have hundreds of games in your arsenal. But when you're only able to put like 5 or 6 games onto your system, like, what use is that?
So
like what real use is that?
I have a 4 terabyte on my PlayStation, right?
Right.
And I already have a terabyte on the console, so that equals 5T, and I haven't yet to fill that up. So, but with
Well,
these
that's good.
new consoles, I think people are gonna have to aim at the 4 or 6 terabyte drives if they really want to make sure they
Not
get.
only that, they have to get ones that are going to be capable of running those games as well. Because if you're putting the games on those storages, because it's not just any storage, like as long as there's plenty of storage. No, 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 no.
Oh,
It's not
these
how
are
that
gonna be
works. So you have
special
to
ones.
actually look at, yeah, you have to look at the specs to make sure that they be able to run the games the way how they're intended, or else you're
You
basically
get
just going to burn
screwed.
everything out.
Yeah, and they're probably gonna make it more expensive too, knowing that. So are you? So people, you saying
That's not
200? Is
200
that like
bucks.
the confirm?
Yeah. Oh, no, the range is between 180 to $200, from what I keep hearing over and over. I don't think it's absolutely confirmed just yet.
I'm pretty sure that.
Definitely look up on that. I'm literally going like I'm going off the top on this from other
What
people who
you
I
heard?
talked to, from other content creators that I've listened to, like, and also a couple of journalists that actually do know about this stuff. This is that's the type of, like, I'm getting that type of information from them,
Cause
and they are credible. I do give them that. I absolutely give them that,
I
and I've already knew from the jump, because when it comes to all of these brand new games that are coming out that you need to have better storages for, I knew right off the bat, like, oh, okay, I'm not going to be able to use my 1 terabyte storage on my newer games. Like, I'm not going to be able to use it necessarily on, like, for Cyberpunk 2077, I'm putting it right into the internal drive of my Xbox Series S or X. Sorry, my X, because I'm not going to give it that chance where, oh, they say you're able to optimize the game. I'm going to put that onto my external drive that I currently have. I only have like 242 gigs left in there because I have like a crap ton of games. And honestly, I do try to play all of them. Besides Call of Duty and Halo, I got the Gears of Wars. I got a bunch of MMOs. I'm playing ESO, or Elder Scrolls Online, for those who don't know.
thank you.
Phantasy Star Online 2. And then I'm also, like, what else I got? I got Black Desert. I got Warframe. I got a bunch of really big games on there. And yeah, even though they're going to be optimized to the next level, I don't think it's going to be to the point where it's going to burn out my external drive. Even Destiny 2 is even added in there. Like, I don't think it's going to, like, put too much stress on my external drive. My internal drive, however, which is still around, like 240 gigs or whatever that I still have on there as well. Like,
I need an external drive
that's
for
just
the
my Xbox One.
Xbox.
That's just my Xbox One S. Like, going into the Series X though, like, my whole thing is being able to kind of split it evenly, having my Xbox Series games onto my Xbox Series, and all my Xbox One and 360 games are keeping on the external drive. So then that way I know they'll run, because that's what they've been running on this whole time.
Um, yeah, they're gonna. I'm no journalist. I'm no specialist. I don't know, but like I honestly could see
They're
them
way too
trying to
many.
get some extra money out of these hard drives. They're gonna probably push like 350 to 400.
No, no, no. I'm pretty sure, because if you really think about it, the storage, like the split between the storage, will
Yeah,
actually make up the difference in how much the Xbox Series S is to the Xbox Series X. Because the system is already $300, $299, plus another 180 to $200. Add that up, it's pretty much next to your Xbox Series X.
that's
Which
what I
in
was.
that
That's
case,
what I was about to say, but you beat me to it.
which I mean, in all honesty, in that case, just get a Series X. First of all, if you're really looking into it, like, if you really want to stay on the cheap, go ahead and get an Xbox Series S. I don't recommend it due to the fact that it's not true next gen. It's basically a slight, like, it's slightly better than the Xbox One X or S that I have at home, which ain't much. It's decent. It's better than the original Xbox One, but it's not much. And I'm looking for more, and that's what the next gen console for the Xbox Series X is. I hate these names. I hate these names so much.
Just say
Uh,
S and X. People will know
and
what's up.
then going into the PS5, they're kind of going through this similar problem as well. But the thing that makes it even stranger is the fact that they don't really have their own version of a drive yet. They're basically saying, hey, you'll be able to use third party, which is great and all, but those people can make you like they can make you spend an arm and a leg as well. Like if you're really talking like 300 350, that'll be on that side that you need to worry about. And you only have 825 gigs to mess with, so it's already less than the Series X. So you have that to consider. And on top of that, I hate to tell you, but like anyone who wants hard copies of a game right now, I'm telling you, it's pointless. You're basically just holding a key so then you'll be allowed to play the game that you have.
Facts.
When you literally could digitally download the game and save you the trouble in going into the store.
Yeah, you see.
Oh, but I want the hard copy to put it on my Well, if you want to be that dorky, then that's perfectly fine. Be a nerd. But actual nerds know that everything's going digital, and I would rather have a digital library because every one of my games is accessible right there. And on top of that, I have ways to share my games to other people, which I have over the years. So I'm not going to even argue that. Like,
I had a
dude. If you honestly feel like, oh, go ahead.
I had a dude. Sorry to cut you off, but you go paragraphs. so
I need to give the people the info.
Yeah, I know, that was just good. But this dude, he's a pro physical copy person. Like he told me like, oh, I don't like to download games because one, it's more storage.
But you're still downloading the game.
Exactly. Well, no, I mean download games, not like that, right? But he said it's more memory, and I knew that from the start. It is not more memory. The only reason why it seems like that is because your game is always updating, and that's because even with the disc, it's still updating. It still needs to update. And then he said the licensing. He said, what if they don't have the license to it within years later? I'm like, I don't think that's how it works, right? Like, it's always going to be there. It's not going to go anywhere.
Like, going into a game that, right now, technically, you can't even buy it online digitally anymore unless you go through, like, an insurmountable amount of sources to get it. But Forza Horizon 1, I have the Forza Horizon 1 game digital. Why? Because I've always had it. It's essentially you buy the license, so you'll be able to download it as many times as you want and play the game. I still have the license. It's unavailable. You can't buy it because I think they're going to throw it on Game Pass anyway.
Yeah.
But, like, I've always had the game. People can't go out and buy it right now currently digitally on the Xbox store, but I have the game because I bought it, so it's there. And if for the most part, it's really rare to actually find a hard copy due to the fact that now they boosted up in price because you can't buy it digitally anymore. That's another reason why I don't like hard copies. Because after when something goes away for a while, like it's gonna cost more. And that kind of sucks. Like, would you want to go and buy a 9-year-old game that's $150?
No, never.
I mean, unless you're like into like Melee and Marvel vs. Capcom 2, like the original ones, I understand that. Just because that is you, that's your life. But if gaming's not life like that, you're not going to spend that much money. Like the only people who are going to spend that are enthusiasts. And that's the reason why they spike up the prices like that.
So funny story. Well, not that funny. Got a PSP, and I went to go find my my nostalgia PSP game, which was the Con, which was the fighting game, and it wasn't that much, honestly. I paid like $14 for it. So yeah, I know, right? Pretty dope. I'm glad that didn't go up.
I know some stories where people go into like, they go to yard sales and they find like rare ass games for like 5 cents when the game in reality is like $2,000. I'm talking like the Legend of Zelda, like gold case edition for the SNES back from like a long ass time ago. Like, that's worth money now. In mint condition, that is worth money. Why? Because now it's a collector's item. It's history.
Yeah, games.
And it's a great part of history.
Game stock is almost, I like to call it stocks because you weigh upon it to the value, just like Funkos. But yeah, that's all I out for that one.
Oh my god.
Because Funkos are amazing, dude. Like, I actually holding some Funkos for stock until the price goes up. I'm waiting for this chick. You know, she hooks me up with the info. She lets me know when it goes this higher price. I just gotta hope someone is willing to pay for that higher price stuff. Oh, so I want to give you some news for those people who might want who wants to save the planet. Everybody wants to save the planet. This isn't a sponsor, even though I make it sound like a sponsor, but this is actually quite cool. Every time you purchase,
I don't want to save the planet, but go ahead. Wait, is this a commercial?
A little bit, but it's a good one.
Go ahead.
It's a snick. Every snick is snick. It's from Razer, the little plushie. Purchase one and you save 10 trees. So far they have 74,890 trees saved. They're almost reaching their goal, as you guys could see here. Good. They're gonna get it. I ordered 2. One for me, one for a friend. Yeah, so they're teaming up with this Cover Central International. That's the people that are probably growing the trees. And yeah, that's just a quick little thing I want to give out there so people can have a little plushie, you know, because who doesn't want a plushie?
Me.
You don't want one? No, man, you're tripping. This one save trees, though.
And you really want to save a tree? Go out and actually save a tree. Right here, you want a good commercial? I'll give you guys a good commercial. You really want to do something for humanity? How about this? Extra Life is actually going on for this weekend, and
That's
for those who do not know, Extra Life is a charity stream for multiple different venues, like different avenues of gaming life. Like they're going to be streaming either their favorite game, they're speed running. They're essentially playing games to raise money for charity, and it's usually a charity for like a children's hospital or something like that. So if you're really into stuff like that, definitely check that out for this weekend. I do believe Kinda Funny is doing an Extra Life stream, which they always do every year, which I'm super excited for because it's usually fun.
This
a lot
one
of
is
these
12
people,
hours.
they put a lot of great effort. Yeah, a lot of people like to put a lot of great effort into the type of content that they do release for everyone. So I guarantee you will have an ample amount of fun for whichever type of gaming you're into. So definitely check that out this weekend. I believe Saturday, I think they start somewhere either 11 a.m. Central Time, or I'm not too sure which time, but definitely go ahead, go
It's the West Coast,
online.
the best coast.
Yeah. Not really.
No, it's not. I hate that it has to be West Coast time because I'm always like, what's West Coast time to Central Time? But anyways.
2 hours. They're 2 hours behind us.
Oh, thank you.
If you ever need to know, I'll let you know.
But yeah, so by the time this is uploaded, it's usually uploaded at 10 p.m. Central. So after you guys should probably watch this first, and then I'm pretty sure this still be live. You guys probably get to catch probably like the last hour before they close. But
yeah, that's very true. That's actually very true.
But at least you guys got to hear our opinions of what's going on or whatever topics we talked about. But yeah, I think my ad was more fun than yours. No, I'm just kidding. I do love Extra Life. I actually have an account with them. I tried to make $100. Didn't make the goal, but at least they got my $10. I was gonna end that.
I made a commercial for them 3 years ago. I made a commercial for them 3 years ago.
Oh, that's dope. I saw them at oh my goodness. So it was at a C2E2. You know how they had a stand there? Was it C2E2? Yeah. Was it? Yeah, I think it was. No. Was it this year? I don't know if it was this year or last year. But I don't know. The point is, they had a little thing. It said it was like PlayStation, Xbox, or PC. You know, they're like, oh, you put $20 in there, and then you get to see which console is the best console. I was wearing the PlayStation gear. So she probably thought I was going to choose PlayStation, but I'm like, shh, keep this a secret. I put it on the PC ballot, you know, because, you know, PC, let's go. And then I got a cool Extra Life shirt out of it, so I like it. It was pretty dope. I love the shirt. I love their logo. Their logo is pretty sick.
Yeah, I would have been decked out, and all Nintendo would have been like, straight up, this is the best console. It's not even a competition. Just go Nintendo.
I wonder what's Nintendo on the list, and I just don't remember it. That was quite a bit long ago.
If you didn't see it, that's because they were already winners.
And another quick sponsor, sub to the channel, like and comment. Please comment. I do want to see, like, if you guys comment a question, we will answer it. I will acknowledge it. I know it took me 2 videos to see who was commenting. That was my bad. Alright. I see people who I'm sub uploaded, and I'm like, oh snap, I want to watch this. So yeah, please do comment. But that is all the topics I have for this week. I know next week is going to be hella lit, so I can't wait to share what's going on with that.
Yeah, because it's going to be a lot of news about, all the greatness for all the games, and I will actually have enough time to speak about a situation that is happening that I was going to bring up today, but I'm like, I'll save it for now because I want to see what, updates from it. And that'll be the EA being sued situation. We'll talk about that next week. So definitely stay tuned for that, guys, because you already heard my rant that I had from the last episode. So you can kind of have an idea of where I stand on that situation. So I'm so happy that they actually got sued. I think they have to pay I think it's 500 euros a week or something like that over in the UK. But like I said, I'll give you the details for that next week, guys, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be more fallout after that.
All right. And yeah, so guys, please, thank you for staying all the way through the end. As a gaming detective, I will let you guys slide, all right? Because if I ever catch you modding consoles, cause low key, I do want to mod a console. So you might. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's all I have.
Shout out to the people who like modding consoles. I'm with you, by the way. #ModLife. I mean, this is the Valve versus Mario show, so.
Yeah, Valve versus Mario. Even though, we did have a disagreement with the PlayStation PR situation, but let's not go there again, because I honestly don't even remember the name of the TV show, and it was a lit TV show, and I would always remember. Does Xbox have a reality TV show? I don't think they did.
Actually, now that you bring that up, there was a show that heavily introduced a lot of great games for the Xbox. If you don't know what the Ultimate Gamer is, then we're not having this conversation. So it is what it is.
I only know one Ultimate Gamer. That is me. Now I'm just kidding. Okay. I'm done.
I actually do know an Ultimate Gamer contestant who became a runner-up, and on top of that, I actually became good friends with him. I met him over at a convention 11 years ago now. Holy crap, it's been 11 years.
A decade. But, congratulations, old man.
He was an amazing. He still is an amazing player. He holds records in games like Rock Band, Project Gotham Racing. He's actually the very first pirate legend in Sea of Thieves. So he does the damn thing, and right now I'm eating whipped cream.
Ha ha ha. But
oh my God.
Guys, don't stay too vile. I know I'm vile, but don't be too vile. All right, there is a limit of being vile. That is my new slogan I just thought of.
I like it. You should roll with it. That's actually pretty dope.
Thank you. I do want to apologize for the no remix intro. That is on me. I still can't find it. I just can't find it.
Maybe you gotta make a new one, man. Like, hey, man, if we need something made, let me know. I actually know somebody who would love to make an intro for us.
If you just send me the email, and I'll let them know what I'm looking. Just let them know I'm trying to remix the words, and then I'll send them the file. You feel me? Just give me their email.
Yeah, I'll give you the info later on. Yeah, we'll talk about it. By the way, shout outs to DubbleStuf, by the way. I'm pretty sure he's caught a couple of episodes so far.
Oh, that's right. That guy who made Fire Music. Yeah, I know exactly.
Great producer, awesome guy. Definitely check out his music. We'll probably end up putting a YouTube link down below for one of his songs. It's really dope. I'm hoping maybe we'll be able to make a deal with him to see if he wants to make a song for us.
Oh, wait, hold on. I want to make a quick shout out to a musician too. His name is Matthew Hellum, but his music name is MalcomroseMusic. He followed me,
Okay.
and I'm like, who is this guy? Is it just a follow for a follow? But then, I'm like, okay, whatever. I click on his Spotify link. I don't normally do this, because SoundCloud rappers always trying to go in the DMs like, hey, listen to this hot fire mix, and I'm like, nah, fam. I listen to it's like a 5 out of 10. It's like a zero. Like, boy, what are you doing in my DMs? But this guy made mad fire. He made a song with this guy named the Real King Indie or Indie.
Okay. Indie, it's probably Indie. That sounds like a dope ass name.
Yeah.
European Independent, like come on, bro.
Yeah, for dude, this dude. Okay, so uh, this guy has 4K followers. He's moving it up. He just followed me too because I did a quick shot. I added them to my story on this wrong song. It's called F You. Literally at F You. Uh, like I'm not trying to be PG. It is. Oh no, it's fucked with the three. Like those number things you mix with.
Yeah.
So that's the one they collabed with, and then he made one a long song called. Let me just find it real quick. Oh, Calling Back to You. He was by King in Distress. Oh, he goes by the Kid.
Goes by the Kid.
Yeah, the Kid with which is Kid as in King of Distress. That was my bad. That was just his Instagram name.
That's so dope. That's so dope.
Yeah, it is. It is. So yeah, that's just the musicians I want to shout out. Oh, and my friend, that chick you met at the GameWorks, the second one. She hmm?
Is it the same one I met at C2E2? Or no?
Yeah, that one. She goes by the Straw Bunny. Oh no, sorry, StephStrawBunny. She made her very first YouTube video. If you guys could show some love too, I would be much appreciated. Let her know Val sent ya, hooray. She does Funko reviews, and it's pretty amazing.
I gotta check it out, man. I gotta see that link.
Alright, I sent you the link, and the link will be down in below, followed by a DubbleStuf link down in below, and the other two people I shouted out.
I got one more gamer to shout out.
Oh, okay, knock yourself out.
Okay, major shout outs to the legend, the prodigy herself, Alice Baconator 967. Now, bro, this little girl, she has one of the greatest dads of all time, right? Her father, for those who don't know, her father is the self-proclaimed Beast King. Oh, wait. The self-proclaimed Beast King in Chicago.
I freaking knew.
You know what? She's a Roblox player. And she's doing hella good in Roblox. Once the content starts pushing out, maybe I'll have her make her own little video to show you guys what she likes to do in Roblox. Definitely be on the lookout for her content. She's only 6 years old, but she already has a bunch of really awesome, cool ideas, and I'm super excited for it. Huge shout outs to Alice Baconator 967.
I knew it. I knew it. When you said this person has the best dad, I'm like, nah, this guy's good.
Like, bro.
For a second, I thought you were gonna troll me and say Dr. Disrespect, to be honest.
No.
But
I believe his daughter goes by Little Assassin.
Baconator 967.
Alice Baconator 967.
Why those numbers? Was it just hella random?
I don't know. Her mom could help her come up with that name. So I'm not fronting on it. It's good. You know what? That's really awesome because her mom's not even a gamer yet. She wants to be included into like helping her out, like learn. That's pretty dope. I like that.
Mad respect.
Shout out to the gamers that tolerate gamers. Y'all do the most.
Yeah, for real. I just hope y'all could understand that you cannot pause an online game.
Yeah, and also I want to clarify to the adults that like listening to this, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're the non-gamer who tries to get their attention of the gamer by being bucket naked and walking around the house, like, look, if you want to do something, just say it. All right, don't walk around trying to flaunt your stuff when I'm in the middle of an important match and I'm in winners bracket round 2. All right, like this is really important here. I'm trying to win money. I'm at work. That's essentially like you go over, like I'm working at like a construction site or something, and you're over here walking around in front of me, but Nick, that's the same thing now. Come on. If I'm putting in work, let me put in my work, right? And afterwards, I'm gonna put in that work on you. That's all.
I.
All right, yeah, I think that's everything.
That's good. That's good though, guys. So you guys already know there's hella links in the link description this time. I'm gonna make sure I add all of them, and I won't forget any of them. All right, just remember that I will not forget one. I'm gonna keep this fresh in my mind. When I edit the video, I always like to check every single bit. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get to this one. You know, funny quick story though before we go. I was editing a horror movie. I mean, a horror movie. Of course not. I'm not there yet. I was editing a horror game, and it was the In Silence game, and I still got jump scared when I knew it was coming through. It is the funniest thing in editing. It bothers me. I hate it so much because I'm like, what if I do end up editing a movie and somebody's watching me and I still get jump scared?
Yo, imagine if you're like editing a horror movie, but then like it's so creepy that you feel like the person is like the murderer or the ghost or whatever entity is in the movie is legit next to you.
Oh,
imagine that.
That's crazy.
That's some scary stuff.
Yeah, for real. But yes, guys, I'll see you next time.
Yeah, just like that ghost that's right behind him.
Nah, it's just God of War back there, little plushie, right next to Horizon. Oh, that's a good combo right there. Bring those two games together. No, I'm just kidding.
Combines into the ghost of PlayStation.
All right, you gonna do your special?
Want me to do the outro?
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for participating within this episode of Vile vs. Mar. If you have any questions of anything that we've spoken about this entire episode, please comment down below. Make sure you beat the living crap out of that subscribe button. Make sure you follow us. Make sure you pay attention to all of our social medias. You're watching our Snapchat, our not really Facebook. I don't think anyone's on Facebook anymore.
Yeah,
our Twitter. You go check out Vilecash's horrible TikTok. Like, make sure you guys do everything possible to keep in touch with us. Other than that, huge shout outs to everyone once again for watching this episode. We cannot thank you enough. That's the reason why we keep bringing it up over and over again. Thank you guys so much. You are all the reason why we actually do this. You guys give us motivation. That's the reason why we want to see what you want to say in the comments. You want to have the conversation with us? Let us know how you feel about every one of the subjects, and if you want us to talk about other things as well. If you want to drop your gamer tag, make sure you do that as well. I want to be able to play with you guys. Like, we play Among Us. You guys seen us play Among Us. If you want to play Among Us with us, we can start our own little play date and have, Among Us nights. That'd be pretty dope. I would like to do that.
We could do Among Us nights. Just make sure we'll make a Discord. If we get enough people, I'll make a Discord dedicated to everyone that listens to the show, and then we all could set times and stuff like that. So the goal for that would be at least 10 people. All right, yeah, we gotta get 10 people.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we could definitely get 10 people. That'd be real nice.
And then we need 1K. I need 1K subscribers so Mark could join this TikTok group.
You know what? Here, I will join if you get 700 people on your TikTok. If you get 700 people, I will count that as a milestone, and I will do a TikTok with you.
Oh, snap.
Let's go. And if you get 1,000, I would make my own account.
Whoa. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, then.
See, there we go. That's what's up. And that'll be the promise for that, ladies and gentlemen. So if you really want that to actually happen, I pray not. But we're putting goals out here. We're trying to make things good for you guys. So definitely make sure you do that. Other than that, as you guys know, we are talking with Vile Catch, the gaming detective here out in the gaming world. Want to go ahead and say your goodbye?
Yeah, guys, so again, I'm a pretty chill detective, alright, so don't worry about the modded consoles. I got you guys' case surpassed.
And of course, as you guys know, I am Marlon Morgan, aka Marlon, the self-proclaimed Beast King of Chicago, gaming coach, advocate in the gaming community out here in Chicago, and of course, all-around proud dad of Alice Baconator 967. So, with that being said, if you don't know what to live for your legacy, live for your heart, and live for your greatness. Till next time.
Pot loading shots, got a lot from the block. Put in work, then I shop. If you try me for this knot, boy, you gon' meet the Glock. Full Nick, riding round, probably one in the top. In my hood, what it is, boy, pull over, stop. If you fuck around, up shots and probably won't stop. This the life I live, pay the price you probably would not. See, my mind always on motivation, I could be a trainer. Teach you how to work it and always see all the angles. See, this business, it done been all in my blood, boy, it's good. On my 9 to 5, serve a nigga quick, then count up. See you running.
And live for gaming. Come on now.